Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to EICC's new virtual event platform, which our wonderful in-house technical design team have been developing over the past 9 months. And we're delighted to utilise this incredible technology for the Scottish Green Energy Awards 2020. Now, the EICC has, for many years, been recognised as one of the world's leading conference centres when it comes to addressing environmental concerns and leading on best practice. In February this year, we launched our new Step Change initiative, which clearly states our desire to consider sustainability at every step of planning and hosting a conference. Step Change focuses on 3 equally significant interconnected areas of impact: environmental, societal and economic. Now, this forward-thinking, well-rounded strategy will mean that our clients can be assured that their events will demonstrate best practice in sustainability without compromising on the standards of excellence for which the EICC are renowned. Now, this dynamic programme has introduced 3 key initiatives to date. Event Impact Reports, which encourages good decision-making and transparency. A Desk-to-Door initiative, ensuring delegates travel to the EICC in the most carbon-efficient manner. And Carbon Mitigation, encouraging and incentivising event organisers to minimise waste. And whilst many clients tell us that EICC is already ahead of the curve in respect of sustainability, the impact of this awful COVID-19 virus provides us with an opportunity to consider whether EICC is being bold enough as Scotland's premier event venue. Buyers and visitors, I believe, will be prioritising sustainability more than ever before, and we want to build back better once our industry returns. Now, I fundamentally believe that the measures I've outlined here will ensure that the EICC is at the forefront of positive, sustainable change within the industry and will play its part in raising the profile of Edinburgh as a green and sustainable city. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all an enjoyable evening this evening and very best of luck. I'm now going to hand over to your host for this evening, Joe Caulfield.
Good evening, ministers, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Scottish Green Energy Awards 2020 at home. I am honoured to welcome you here on behalf of Scottish Renewables and the headline sponsor EDF Renewables to recognise tonight the determination and innovation of the people, organisations and communities that have helped the renewable energy industry evolve during this very challenging time. I was thrilled to be invited to host because I hosted this event last year, and that must mean that I didn't offend enough people. So I am back to make sure that everybody has been offended tonight. I'm also thrilled because I am actually in the EICC, so I am out of my house for the night, which is fantastic. I know it's so weird to think I was here last year, and who would have thought all the things that have happened since last year to this year, and that we are able to do the event on Zoom is amazing. I love Zoom. I think lots of women, if you have found the setting enhanced appearance, what more do you want than that? Than to get up in the morning, not really have to get dressed, but yet just press a button and look fabulous on screen. And I've been looking at all the things that have been going on with Scottish Renewables, and, you know, really Scotland is leading the way in renewable energy, which is brilliant. And also I know I don't sound it, but I do live in Scotland. So it's very lovely to be in a country that is so green and looking forward. I moved from London to here. I live in Edinburgh because, I chose Edinburgh really because I wanted to live in Scotland, but still be surrounded by English people. So that's worked out very well in Edinburgh. I've actually moved since I came to Edinburgh. I used to live sort of in Morningside area, if you know it, which is kind of lovely, you know, full of old posh people. And now I live in Leith. And so I've been quite happy about all the social distancing because, well, particularly where I am, I'm trying to get it bumped up to 4 metres and keep it up permanently. I think that would be great. Also, we don't know quite what's going to happen in the future. Christmas, a lot of people are making their plans for Christmas. Normally, we would be travelling to Aberdeen, to my in-laws, you know, but we won't be able to do that this year. So obviously, it's not all bad with COVID, is it? Now, I know people make jokes about people from Aberdeen, don't they? I was surprised by Scottish people make a lot of jokes about them. Like, you say that people from Aberdeen, you say they're mean, they're dour, you know, they're unfriendly. Well, you know, you haven't met my in-laws, because if you had, you'd add really badly dressed to that list. Also, the other things that's changed, which is great for you guys, of course, Trump has gone. Well, he's not gone yet, but he's gone. And it's going to be Biden, so it's going to be the Paris Agreement again, which is fantastic. And I know that something has happened in regulation that you people are very excited about because it means there's going to be a lot of floaters, which you don't think is rude or funny. It's something that I don't understand, but it made me laugh. I'm very happy that you're all getting lots of floaters. And I don't know if when you've been locked down, if you've used your time productively. I know I have finished Netflix. Yes, so not a wasted moment for me. And it is weird times, isn't it? You know, like my mum's 80, you know, so obviously I haven't seen her because, you know, well, she's 80. We've got nothing in common. What am I going to say? Oh, what have you been up to, Mum? Oh, nothing. You're not really allowed out. Oh, well, I've been out. And we all had the Zoom quiz. That was a big thing at the beginning, wasn't it? In the first lockdown, we were all very keen to get together with our families on Zoom and do quizzes. And if your family's anything like mine, then you realise, oh, my families are idiots. And maybe I don't want to do the quiz anymore. Like my niece, right? And she's not a kid. She's 27 years old. This was the question. The question in the quiz was, in which city did Anne Frank hide? And my niece said Birmingham. It was a proud moment for all of the family. And I don't know, some of you have probably been working at home, and that's been awkward a little bit, hasn't it? The working from home, because it was hard to realise, wasn't it? Because there's always somebody in the office that's annoying, isn't there? And then you're working from home and you went, oh, it's me. Right, that's the annoying person in the office. Hard sometimes as well, I know, for people working from home because you're with your partners a lot more, aren't you? A lot of people getting divorced. I know, though, they say there's going to be a spike in the divorce rate. I'm also getting divorced, to be honest, but I'm trying to keep it quiet because I want it to be a surprise for my husband's Christmas. So I'm keeping it quiet. And I have... It's weird to think that your hobbies now, and you go, oh, what do you do for your social life? Well, I go walking with my friends like I'm some sort of Edwardian lady. Have you done that? And it's weird. I went round to get my friend, went round to her house, and it's weird because you're like a kid again, aren't you? Like I went to the house because you don't go in the house. I'm standing back on the doorstep. Her husband answers. I felt like going, oh, can Sally come out to play? She's 52 and has mood swings. The weird thing about walking, I found out, I'm a fast walker. I like to walk fast, get where I'm going, get on the walk. There's so many people walking now, amateur walkers out there, isn't there? They've all been told they should get out walking. They shouldn't. They should keep out of my way. Do you ever had that? I was trying to get past this woman on the path, but I want to socially distance. Cannot get round her. Each way, I went this way, she seemed to go that way. I went that way, she went that way. Eventually, I got past her, but I thought, I built up such a hatred for this woman. So I thought, right, I'm just going to check. I'll just look at her, see what kind of woman she is. And you know what? When I looked at her, I thought, I'm right. She had a spiteful little face. You know what I mean? That sort of face. I thought, I could just smack her one. I didn't, obviously, people, I didn't, because I didn't want to upset her guide dog. So I didn't do that. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you're all going to have a brilliant time tonight in your homes, which is going to be fantastic because I'm going to see some of your homes on screen, and there's nothing I love more than criticising people's decor. That's one of the main reasons I watch the show Come Dine With Me. I watch mainly for that. Do you watch and go, oh no, that looks terrible. I also love that show when they're reading out the menu if they can't pronounce things correctly. There was a woman the other day and she thought she was quite posh, so that was what was even better about it, because the starter, the menu on Come Dine With Me, was souffle, and she pronounced it safafala. Cheered me up, no end, really did. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're going to have a good time. Drink along, get involved. In fact, why don't we all give yourselves a round of applause now before I get into the housekeeping? So, hello and welcome. Give yourselves all a round of applause at home. Do whatever you want to do. Fantastic. And I'm just going to let you know about stuff that we're doing during the show. So as we announce tonight's 13 winners, please tweet your messages of congratulations using the event hashtag, which is on your screen now. So you'll see that hashtag SGEA20, and Twitter is @ScottRenew. If you don't have Twitter, don't worry. It is 2020, but never mind. You keep with whatever you're using. But you can email your pictures. So email them again. It's on the screen there, events@scottishrenewables.com. And the team are going to monitor the inbox. And so any pictures that we like the look of, we may be using them in the show tonight. We want to see all your outfits. We want to see if you've gone half outfit or whole outfit. We want to see what you're drinking. We want to see screenshots, selfies. Who are you celebrating with? Oh, can I also remind you that tonight, throughout this evening, we will be raising money for Renewable World. Now, this is a really worthy cause chosen by Scottish Renewables. They are working towards a world where renewable energy is readily accessible to all, helping to end extreme poverty and reduce climate change. In place of the raffle, this evening we have a prize draw. All our sponsors are on the screen there who've donated lovely prizes for us. And you can see all the prizes if you go online and enter via givergy.co/renewableworld. And you can see all the fabulous prizes. We do ask that you donate a minimum of £20, because let's face it, tonight is free. So if you can donate a minimum of £20, because we're not doing it in person, enter the prize draw, donating the cost of a ticket or a table, what you would have paid maybe or spent tonight to be here in person. And finally, now this is very important, this is a topic close to my heart, alcohol, more particularly gin. The wonderful drink that is gin. This event this year has partnered with Ben and Turk Distillers, an award-winning distillery with sustainability at the heart of its production. Their gin is powered by their own 99 kilowatt hydroelectric scheme, keeping carbon emissions low. I'm not so worried about that. It's the taste of the gin that is fantastic. They are fully committed to reducing their impact on the environment, and they pledge to plant a tree in their dedicated woodland area for every case of Kintyre gin that is sold. So I have planted nearly a forest now. They really are a great small Scottish business being socially responsible. And tonight's guests, if you've not done so already, remember you receive a discount on their signature Kintyre gin until the end of the month. I have my official SGEA cocktail here. So I want to see your Kintyre gin cocktails. Again, you can tweet your pictures using the hashtag SGEA20. Cheers to you all out there. Oh, the smell of that is fantastic. Okay, enough from me. Let us kick off the night now. I would like to introduce the Chief Executive of Scottish Renewables, Claire Mack.
Very many thanks, Jo. Another great start to this very special night. I'd like to offer a huge vote of thanks to our headline sponsor, EDF Renewables, who've been very much by our side throughout the pandemic. Their support has been critical to us as a business and as a team, and I cannot express my gratitude more to them for believing in our abilities to bring tonight to you and for working so hard with us as we reshaped the Scottish Green Energy Awards to be as fun as usual, but with the added benefit of being completely safe for all of you. We've also benefited from the support of many, many other sponsors who you can see listed below me here and also in our programme. At this point, I would also like to thank our other key partners, the EICC, who have worked so very hard to bring us a virtual platform to get us as close to our normal Scottish Green Energy Awards experience as possible. They really have pulled out all the stops, and I am sincerely grateful to them for their help and support. It is great to be speaking to you in what has been a truly remarkable year in so many different ways. While we're all missing so many aspects of our lives, not least the ability to be able to come together like we usually do to celebrate the successes of our industry, tonight, the Scottish Green Energy Awards is and always will be the proudest moment of the year for me and everyone else on the team at Scottish Renewables. Every one of you watching tonight has worked so hard over the last year to keep the energy system stable, keep the momentum of the industry up, and to adapt and change to everything this year has thrown at us. In sitting down to write this speech to deliver, I thought about how to put into words what this year has been like. I'm sure you've all got your own experience, and I think we're all acknowledging that not all the changes we've absorbed have been bad. We've all been able to adjust the work-life balance in the most dramatic way. We've proved that we can manage to maintain a lot of our working life in a low-carbon way, and we've recognised the value that freedom and choice has in our lives. COVID has rightly occupied the main agenda, but has shown us how quickly we can adapt and respond. And also rightly, many have drawn a comparison with how we use this experience to develop our response to climate change. Like COVID, its impacts will be global and horrendously unequal, hitting those with the least capability to respond hardest. We've all had to think very hard about our moral duties this year, and here in the West and in our own corner of the world, here in Scotland, we have something unique and special that can be our gift to the rest of the world. The ambition, the technology and the know-how to slow and ultimately stop climate change in its tracks. We are now less than a year away from COP26, which, if we're honest, wasn't looking like it was going to fulfil its necessary potential a year ago. But with the US now firmly back in the fight and positive competitive tension in play between them and China, I feel a lot more full of hope now than I did standing here a year ago. There are some really big questions coming our way. There are some really big decisions coming our way, and of course, some really big challenges coming our way. We have choices to make, and I hope that we will make them with the benefit of everything we've learned over the last 9 months. We've learned that when the chips are down, and even when life is completely unrecognisable, that we can use our relationship with nature and the environment to beat back uncertainty. We can use our outdoor environment to boost our mood and support stronger mental health. We've rediscovered our relationship with the planet and nature. I truly believe that even if we could find a brilliant technology that could net off all the impacts of climate change, we would still support the route that we are currently on. Behavioural and consumption change blended with a renewables-led energy system and a restorative approach to nature. And why would we do that? Because we've had that lesson in value this year, and we know that there is more at stake than just environmental degradation from climate change. We need to fuel growth differently, quite literally fuel it differently. We need a cleaner, healthier and more resilient economy for the sake of humans as well as the environment. We've seen and felt the benefits of cleaner, healthier and more resilient places, which will lead to cleaner, healthier and more resilient populaces. Take somewhere like Whiteley Wind Farm, not too far from me here tonight. Even under the restrictions we've all lived with, scores of people have been there walking, cycling and running, forging that link between environment, energy and well-being. To look after your environment requires you to change your actions, what you buy and what you do. This then forces you to think about what makes you better too, and recognising these links will be central to the new social and economic system we're on the cusp of creating. I am indeed hopeful. This year has been hugely challenging, of that there's no doubt, but close to our world here in renewables we've seen some great successes. So many of them are about to be revealed to you tonight. But we also saw movement on one of the biggest blockers we've ever experienced, which was the treatment of onshore wind. To say that we are all delighted to finally see the brakes come off the development of onshore wind is a huge understatement. The technology that's provided the backbone to our renewable energy system to date is finally back in play. A big win too, with a firm commitment to floating offshore wind has also been secured. We've also seen the UK energy mix dominated by renewables, and while the demand picture's changed dramatically, we've seen great stability within the system. We can and we will do this. So to close, keep a hold of that message of hope. People, technology and nature, a heady mix. That feeling of hope is really important, particularly in a year where for me, I felt like I've been one of those motorcycle stunt riders, with the triangle of people stood on each other's shoulders, but with our hair on fire and doing it on a tightrope just for some added thrills. But one of the things I am particularly delighted about, and I know you will be too, is our new association with Kintyre Gin. Not just because gin is a really fantastic thing, but because these people share our values, and we will pick up more people like them along the way as every industry and business will work with us in energy to create their own low carbon future. Cheers to that. And at this point, I need to make a particularly special thank you to my SR team, which I'm going to try to do without crying. Tonight is going to make it so clear to you why I use the words I do when I speak to and about my team here at Scottish Renewables. The work they've done on getting this event transitioned is incredible, but the work they've done throughout the year to adapt, respond, and deliver against the odds is absolutely awe-inspiring. I can't tell you how proud I am of every single achievement and how much the people I work with at Scottish Renewables have been a critical part of my own well-being through this tricky time. Thanks feels like too small a word, but thanks to my wonderful Scottish Renewables family. So all that is left now for me to do is to ask you to all take care, look after yourselves, and to make it very, very clear that I want us all to be back together on the 2nd of November 2021 at the EICC, looking back on one of the most remarkable years in history. And because I've been denied this for so long, I will be hugging each and every one of you, so you have been warned. It's now my very great pleasure to introduce a message to you from Kate Forbes, MSP, Cabinet Secretary for Finance. Thank you so much for staying on this journey with us, and have an absolutely super evening.
I'm delighted to join you this evening for the Scottish Green Energy Awards 2020. It's of course disappointing that we can't be there in person, but a thank you to Scottish Renewables for moving the ceremony to this virtual format and allowing us the opportunity to come together and to celebrate the achievements made by our renewable sector this year. Scotland's long and positive association with renewables continues to go from strength to strength and is central to our green recovery. We know that Scotland has huge renewable potential and that realising this potential will bring about lasting and meaningful changes. Developing as much of Scotland's renewable energy potential as possible will help us to deliver our climate change ambitions and generate a positive impact on the Scottish economy. The Scottish Government has made clear its commitment to driving a green recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic, and we identified early on that a green recovery is one that accelerates towards Scotland's ambitions on climate, inclusive growth and well-being. This is our opportunity to drive a just transition with people and places at the heart of a thriving net zero economy and society. The pandemic has shown us how abrupt and unplanned shifts can exacerbate inequalities prevalent in our society. Now, more than ever, we need a just transition that supports sustainable economic growth and jobs in our energy sector. As outlined in our recent programme for government, we're committed to using all the tools at our disposal and to working with businesses and the third sector in a national mission to help create new jobs, good jobs, and green jobs. And I'd like to mention some of the government's key actions and spending commitments that were set out in our recent programme for government. These will drive a green recovery. It includes a £2 billion capital investment over the next Parliament into net zero. We're investing £62 million in the Energy Transition Fund to support key projects in the transition and accelerate the progress the energy sector is already making towards net zero. We're also investing £60 million in industrial decarbonisation to innovate and support industry to transition towards a competitive net zero future, supporting jobs and regional growth. Our programme also outlines plans for a 5-year £100 million Green Jobs Fund, including £50 million to be delivered via our enterprise agencies to help businesses that provide sustainable and low carbon products and services to develop, grow and create jobs. The fund is also made up of a further £50 million to support businesses and supply chains to take advantage of public and private investment in low carbon infrastructure and the transition to a low carbon economy in Scotland and beyond. So these are just some of the actions the Scottish Government is taking, but I feel it's important to acknowledge all of the individuals, the organisations and the projects nominated this evening who have played a vital role in helping to deliver a green recovery from COVID-19. You have adjusted to the sudden changes the pandemic has thrown our way this year and demonstrated resilience and dynamism, creating new ways of working whilst maintaining our crucial energy infrastructure. I'd like to take the opportunity to congratulate all of this evening's nominees and award winners and thank each and every one of you for all your efforts throughout this unprecedented year. Thanks for your time, and I hope that you do enjoy this evening's celebrations, albeit virtually. Thank you.
Thank you to Kate Forbes, MSP, and Claire Mack, and also the woman in Claire Mack's office who came in and turned the lights off and then went, oh, there's something going on, and sort of crept back in and turned the lights on again. So I was thinking, oh, is she standing in front of a background? Oh, no, she's actually live and there's somebody behind her. And finally, from our headline sponsor, EDF Renewables, I now pass you to Matthew Wu, Chief Executive, to deliver his official welcome.
Hi, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Scottish Green Energy Awards at home. Feels strange to be part of this from my own living room, especially wearing a dinner suit, but there's been nothing normal about this year so far, so we will just roll with it and enjoy the night. Like all of you, I would be glad to move on from 2020, which has been a tough year. Everyone has been directly affected by COVID-19 in some way, and it has taken its toll on us all. It has been complex and difficult at times to protect our people as much as we can, to find new ways of working, and to continue to make real progress with our projects and operation while being safe. But we have seen all around us a great deal of support, of solidarity, of collaboration to overcome these challenges. Also new of the progress made on a number of vaccines bring light at the end of the tunnel. So let's hope that 2021 will be the year things eventually return to normal. I'm pleased to say that despite challenging circumstances, yet again, we have some very strong award entries, which makes us all proud to be part of renewables in Scotland. We have a lot to celebrate with a huge number of successes and great story to listen to and celebrate tonight. Like all of you, EDF Renewables continue to make progress on current and new projects in Scotland. On Nus na Gaoithe, our 450 megawatt offshore wind farm in the first of force, works is well underway, both onshore and offshore. And I'm very pleased to share that last week we completed the construction of the 11 megawatt Burnfoot East onshore wind site in Clackmannanshire. Like all of you, we are looking forward to next year. We'll be keen to make the most of the next CFD auction round, and we're especially keen on developing and operating more onshore wind projects here in Scotland. We have around 15 sites accounting for more than 1,000 megawatt of capacity that we want to develop successfully. They will go some way to helping Scotland reach its goal of net zero by 2045. And I firmly believe onshore wind has a hugely important role to play in the grid recovery. But there are obstacles that we need to overcome together. The planning process in Scotland must be further streamlined to make things move faster. Higher tip heights are needed. We know that increasing from 130 meter to 180 meter can increase energy production by 50%. And we need new processes for aviation lighting and for radar mitigation. However, we all appreciate that it's not just about one technology. We need a diverse mix to deliver on the green recovery and achieve net zero. And 2021 will also see the ScotWind offshore listing round taking place, which will bring between 8 and 10 gigawatt of additional capacity. So hopefully we will see in Scotland some of the first commercial scale floating wind projects in the world. So next year will be busy, that's for sure. So let's take stock of this year. Even so it's been strange and difficult, we have achieved and learned so much. So I hope you all have your drinks of choice ready. And I would like to raise a glass and be optimistic about better times ahead. Have a great night, good luck, and stay safe.
Cheers, Matthew. Ooh. And just before we start the actual awards, if you want to read about the finalists, you can go to the online awards programme. If you want to go, well, who is that? Then all the gossip is in there. And also what is lovely about these virtual awards, that we will see all your faces, the finalists, we will see you on screen. So, that's a good point. If you don't win, if you want to put on your happy face and be happy for whoever won. But if you're lucky enough to win an award tonight, please, can you just keep your thank yous to a minimum? Don't be Trump and outstay your welcome, because you will get wrapped up if you do last too long. And also your trophy will be posted to you in the next few days. So let us get on. The first of this evening's awards. We have up first the Best Community Project Award, sponsored by the Scottish National Investment Bank. This celebrates the outstanding development of a renewable energy project, electricity or heat, which has been led by a community group or community organisation. The nominees in this category are Heat Smart Orkney Limited for Heat Smart Orkney Project, North Uist Development Company for Uist Wind, SP Energy Networks for Community Transport Glasgow, and SP Energy Networks for Food Train. With me to announce the winner is Chief Executive Officer at the Scottish National Investment Bank, Ailey McTaggart. Ailey.
Thank you, Jo. I'm very honoured to be here tonight, albeit in unusual circumstances, particularly because we actually launched the Scottish National Investment Bank on Monday this week, so we officially exist. So that makes this award for us and our presence here just that little bit more special. You will hopefully, if the tech works, see the award nominees on the screen next to me. Yep, I can see them. Somebody's at a lovely beach somewhere, and others are in their homes. So we are presenting the award for the Best Community Project Award tonight. It's a really special award, something that's going to be really core to the bank and what it does in supporting communities and businesses throughout Scotland. The award recognises the achievements of projects led by people largely out with the energy sector. They come together to really change their world in the name of something they care about, be that their local geography, the local socio-economic circumstances, or because they believe it will enrich the lives of their community. The winner of this year's Best Community Project Award is no exception on all of those fronts, but also supported a solution of 3 real challenges faced by all energy projects, large and small: those of grid constraint, co-location of storage, and the capability to balance supply and demand in quick time. If there's to be a demonstration of how our new energy system will work as we rally towards net zero, then this project is it. And the winner of this year's Best Community Project Award is, drumroll please. Heat Smart Orkney Limited for Heat Smart Orkney Project. So many congratulations to John Garson, who's joining us in his above the waist black tie. Welcome, John. Congratulations. Over to you to say a few words.
Oh, thank you. It was kind of unexpected, but we have quite a list of people to thank. But like Rewired, which is the trading subsidiary, the Development Trust, which produces the power, and Calusa, Community Energy Scotland, Catalyst, the Scottish Local Energy Challenge Fund, RS Merrimans, who installed all our equipment, and everybody who's participated in helping us achieve the project, and all the households who allowed us to install the equipment in their homes. And the last but not by any means least, is the staff who work at Heat Smart Orkney through their hard work and giving the project out and developing it. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Heat Smart Orkney, and thank you, Ailey. And I love that man. I don't know him, Heat Smart Orkney. If that's him happy, I wonder what he's like not winning a prize. We move on to the Best Engagement Award, which is sponsored by Smartest Energy. Now, this award recognises exemplary community, public or other stakeholder engagement before, during or after the development of a renewable energy project. And the nominees in this category are Moray East Offshore Wind Farm and Fraserburgh Harbour, North Uist Development Company for Uist Wind, ORE Catapult and Scottish Power Renewables for Hackathon, and RES for Cairndui Online Exhibition. To announce the winner, we have James Graham, VP of Sales and Marketing at Smartest Energy. James, please do the honours.
Good evening. It's an honour for Smartest Energy to be sponsoring this category and to be alongside all these fantastic finalists. So presenting the award for Best Engagement really gave me a reason to think about how in the last year we've really had to work so much harder to engage with our stakeholders, colleagues, families and friends, and how important this is. And when we come together and collaborate and we find support, challenge and balance, and this really allows us to achieve great things. Our worthy winner certainly demonstrated this by engaging a wide range of stakeholders to overcome huge challenges to deliver a successful project. What really stood out was how they communicated the lessons learned with other projects to improve their chances of success as well. So without further ado, the winner is North Uist Development Company. Congratulations, Amina. Would you like to say a few words?
Hi, yes, thanks so much. It's an honour to accept this award on behalf of Uist Wind. This award is for the members, the lenders, Triodos and EVE, and for the community of North Uist who have made this project possible. We have really worked hard to actively engage and communicate as widely as possible, right through to the most recent challenges, so the community work feel part of the team. It was also apt to have the local school children cut the ceremony ribbon on opening day on site last year, representing the future generations of North Uist who will benefit from the project. Personally, I would like to thank my mom, Susan Camps, who passed away earlier this year, and to all who have supported the project over the many challenging years, and to Locogen for nominating us. Thank you. We did it.
Congratulations, North Uist. Well done, you. Well done. Oh, and Magic Tricks, a disappearing glass of wine in your background. I love it. And also, I'd like to say congratulations to James from Smartest Energy for such a fantastic kitchen. It was gorgeous, wasn't it? I like the brick wall. I think you've had an extension put in there. Lovely work. Love it. Now we move on to the Best Innovation Award, which is sponsored by Red Rock Power Limited. The Best Innovation Award category is always one of the most hotly contested of the Scottish Green Energy Awards, shining a light on the benefits that innovation brings to our industry. This award recognises an outstanding example of the development or implementation of an innovative product, design, solution or model which supports the development of renewable energy in Scotland. The nominees in this category are DNVGL for short-term power forecasting, Enian SAS for SaaS platform, Leask Marine Limited for submersible drilling rig, and Rovco for SubSlam X2. Terrible names. I'm going to give you the award for most terrible names. We're joined tonight by Guy Madgwick, CEO of Red Rock Power Limited. That's a great name, see, Red Rock Power. Welcome, Guy, over to you.
Thank you very much. I have to say that I'm on a very dodgy connection here, so if you cannot hear me, I do apologise. However, Red Rock Power is very pleased to award this and it's at least the 4th or 5th year that we have done so. Innovation is the key to our industry, and as we see, Scotland in particular is multi-talented and able to produce innovative solutions. And we can see those, whether it's from all of our selection of candidates here in forecasting, in risk management, in the challenges that are presented in offshore wind. And I guess I personally saw this debate from a very secure base in Scotland. So without further ado, and given that my connection is so unstable, I will present the winner, and I'm very pleased to say that it is Rovco.
Wow, Guy, thank you, and everyone for this. I'm truly humbled to accept this award, albeit virtually on behalf of Rovco. It's truly fantastic. A number of thanks, I guess, primarily to our investors, our original angel investment syndicate, Foresight Williams, and a number of others that continue to support, promote, and invest in our technologies and innovations. To Innovate UK and the ORE Catapult for their continued support. And of course, to our valued customers for putting the trust in Rovco to deploy our technologies and use our data platforms to help inform the conditions of their wind farms. As a company, we hit a significant milestone this year, having now been active on site at more than 50% of the UK's operational offshore wind farms. And for that, obviously, the main thanks goes to our fantastic teams across Bristol and Edinburgh. For your commitment and dedication to finding ways through 2020 to develop, test and commercialise our technologies despite what has been a very challenging year. Make us very proud and me very proud to work for such a great company. So this award is a testament to each and every one of you. And thanks to the Scottish Green Energy Awards for voting for Rovco to be 2020's winner of the Best Innovation Award. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and cheers from everyone at Rovco. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to Rovco SubSlam X2, whatever that is. It sounds very futuristic, though. And also, I like the 4 finalists because it looks like they were sort of auditioning for James Bond there. And I think the smartest one won as well. This brings us now to the Carbon Reduction Award, sponsored by Statkraft. This year's Carbon Reduction Award will go to a non-energy business, charity or public body, which is able to demonstrate its commitment to cutting CO2 through the outstanding deployment of green energy technology. The nominees for the Carbon Reduction Award are Allerdale Wilderness Reserve, MacArthur Green, and Renewable Parts. And to make the presentation, I have Ian Robertson, Senior Commercial Manager and Head of Statkraft Glasgow. Hello, Ian.
Hello, Joe. Thanks very much for that. It's great to be here tonight, and I hope that everyone's having a good time so far. Statkraft UK is very proud to be sponsoring the Green Energy Awards for the first time with our support for the Carbon Reduction Award. Beside me now, you should be able to see the shortlisted finalists. Hello to you all, and congratulations on this achievement. So, our winner is a business which has achieved a lot in a short space of time, and we look forward to seeing what they will do in the future. They are helping to grow the circular economy and the local supply chain in the Scottish wind industry. The winner of the Carbon Reduction Award is Renewable Parts.
Wow, this is a surprise. This is a real surprise. I was nominated within the business to speak if we won an award this evening. I'm not sure why, because our chief exec, James, is here and he's an expert at talking. It's great to receive this award on behalf of the Refurbishment Centre. The team there have worked so hard all year, but the award is not just for the Refurbishment Centre, it's for everybody within the business. Sales and marketing to the warehouse, procurement, everybody's had a hand in what we've achieved this year. So a big thanks to them, and I hope everybody enjoys the night.
Congratulations to Renewable Parts, and thank you, Ian. I also love the fact that your tie matches your sofa, Ian. That's attention to detail. I like that. And now we move on to the Champion of Renewables Award, which is sponsored by National Grid Electricity System Operator. Our industry champions are truly unique and have always played an important role in creating the buzz renewables are renowned for. In a champion, we're looking for an individual, team, organisation or campaign which has really shown how much the industry has to offer and helped us to tell our story in a new and different way. The nominees are Boyd Brothers Fold Houses Limited, Logan Energy, Nicola Percival RWE Renewables, and CIMAC Atlantis Energy. With me, I have National Grid ESO's Offshore Coordination Commercial Manager, Luke Wainwright. Hello, Luke.
Thank you, Jo. It's honoured to be presenting this award for Champion of Renewables, and I'm delighted that National Grid continues to support this event and that we've sponsored this particular award. This was really strong competition in this category. All the fantastic nominees should be on the screen next to me, so hopefully they can all give us a wave and say hello. Whilst it was stiff competition, there was a clear winner. The winner demonstrated a great delivery in making green energy a reality with definable and innovative achievements. So without further ado, the winner for the category is CIMAC Atlantis Energy. So congratulations to them, and the floor is yours, Tim.
Luke, thank you very much. What a wonderful honour, and we were hoping that actually Fraser Johnson would be able to join us this evening to accept this award if we were fortunate enough to win it. He's currently coming back from site, so Fraser, thank you very much for the honour of allowing me to step in from you, coming back from what is no doubt the cold up north. It's an incredible honour. I'm so delighted for the team. As usual, not enough time to thank everybody, but Fraser, Simon, Rowan, David, Francisca, Andrew, Stephen, you know, all of you have done so much to contribute to everything that has been achieved by this team. So I know how proud not only our team are, but our investor base, obviously the board of directors, but just so disappointed that we won't be there to, I guess, celebrate this in person. So on behalf of CIMAC Atlantis, the entire family that we are, thank you so much. Truly humbled, very, very honoured to accept this award.
Congratulations, and intrigued by what is behind you on the wall, that fluffy thing. It's beautiful. Is that decoration?
Genuine decoration, yeah.
Oh,
just a very expensive dartboard.
It's beautiful. I wasn't sure or if you were lying down and that was a rug and you were just that drunk with power at having won now. Wonderful. Congratulations. We go on to our final category before we're going to take a short break so you can refill your glasses. And it is the Contribution to Skills Awards. And this is sponsored by SSE Renewables. With almost 13,000 students studying renewable energy-related courses in Scotland, the future is very bright for our industry. This award celebrates outstanding contributions made by individuals, groups, or organisations to promote and uphold the highest quality standards in education, training and skills development for today's or tomorrow's workforce. The nominees are Jim Brown, Energy Skills Partnership, and this one, the University of Edinburgh, Strathclyde and Exeter, and the Scottish Association for Marine Sciences for the Industrial CDT in Offshore Renewable Energy. I hope you don't win. And Exeter's Group for Energy Transition Framework. I'm delighted to introduce John Downs, Director of Engineering and Innovation at SSE Renewables. John, who is the winner?
Hello there, good evening. Yes, really pleased to be sponsoring this category. Finalists were all fantastic, and it was a pleasure reviewing their entries. So there can only be one winner, I'm afraid, and I can reveal that the winner to the Contribution to Skills Award is, it would be, wouldn't it, the Universities of Edinburgh, Strathclyde and Exeter, and the Scottish Association for Marine Scientists for the Industrial CDT in Offshore Renewable Energy. Well done.
Okay. Well, it's a great pleasure to win, and I apologise to Joe and to everybody else for making them faint in having to read out our title. I must thank our funders, the EPSRC and NERC, and I'd like to thank all the fantastic people that sponsor projects for us. EDF in particular, who've been a long-standing supporter of our scheme, as well as the original equipment manufacturers, consultants and supply chain companies in the offshore renewable energy catapult. And none of this would be possible without our amazing students. And we're all delighted, and we wish we were celebrating and having a massive party with you. But instead, we'll quietly have a drink at home. Thank you.
Congratulations and well done, John Downes, for saying the very, very long title that you have. And well done to the very long-named people for winning. And also, I like your saving energy by celebrating in the dark there. So that's also very good. Well done. And well done to our first batch of winners this evening. We're going to have our break now. Let me remind you that throughout this evening, we're raising money, if you remember, for Renewable World. So please do have a look at the prizes in the online programme. And it's on the screen now, givergy.uk/Renewable World. So we're going to have a short break. So refresh your drinks. Join us on Twitter. Send those photos of what you're up to, or tweet us. And we may have a look at some of those after the break. See you soon.
Dum dum dee dum 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 dee dum 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 dee dum 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 dee dum dum. I'm busy, busy, busy doing nothing. Doing nothing, that's the life for me. For when I'm doing nothing, I'm busy doing something, something that suits me to a T. Hope you say with that. Because I'm busy, busy doing nothing, I find I never find the time.
As Britain's biggest generator of zero carbon electricity, we've never been busier helping cut UK carbon emissions to nothing.
Doing nothing is the something I do best.
Hello and welcome back. I hope you've got your drinks, been to the loo, do whatever you had to do. Some of you have been busy on the social media. I can't show you the things, so I've just written down a few of the ones on here. Now, some of them are quite normal and what I was expecting, like Brody's, well done Brody's. They sent a lovely photos of themselves, screenshot of them all, and they've all dressed up and they look very nice, and that's quite normal, what I was expecting. And then we've got at Atmos Consulting, and they've done a sort of quiz. They've not got over the Zoom quiz. They've put, having a great time at Scottish Green Energy Awards. Feel free to name our favourite bands. And then there's people standing in front of a backdrop. And then there is a bit of a quiz to guess. Some of them I can't quite see what it is even. One of them, it's not very difficult because it's just a man standing in front of a picture of Simon and Garfunkel. So I'm thinking, oh, I reckon that you like Simon and Garfunkel. That's not really a quiz, is it? And then the other one, am I right? See what you think at home. They're sitting in front of, and it looks like, I would say that people in white coats and white hats, they look like bakers. So I was thinking, is it bread? Is it bread? Is that your band? And then somebody else is standing in front of a picture of the Queen. So, call me a genius, but I think your favourite band might be Queen. But it's worth having a look at because I couldn't see the others, and I do like a good quiz. Then we have Dave Pearson. Now, Dave, you're just doing your own little thing, aren't you? Dave Pearson, he's put in a tweet that's at Waste Heat User. Getting ready for the Scottish Green Energy Awards, and my kilt is full of mothballs. That's what he's put. And then he's put a little thinking face. Oh, what will I wear? And then he's put hashtag made in Scotland, like all the best heat pumps. And then there is a picture of a thing, which I'm presuming is some sort of heat pump. Dave Pearson, I've no idea. It's a lot of metal. There's a bit that's like a crane. There's a lot of tubing. Obviously, you're very happy about that, but it's not normal. And I imagine that you're single, Dave. That's mainly what I got from that. That your clothes are full of mothballs and you're single. And hopefully some of you have had a drink because none of us were not allowed to go out to drink at the moment. We're all in lockdown. And do you remember when they had the 10 p.m. curfew? There's a lot of people saying, well, I don't know why it's 10 p.m. What's the difference? Does the virus know it's 10 p.m.? Does the virus go, oh, I've got to go to bed, it's 10 p.m. Why would you stop drinking at 10 p.m.? And I just thought, I know exactly why. Because of people like me. Because I know what I'm like drinking before 10 o'clock. Up till 10 o'clock, oh, I'm delightful. I'm like, oh, is that a Chardonnay? Oh, how delicious. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? If I'm allowed to drink on from 10 o'clock, then I'm like shouty, screaming, oh, Buckfast, that'll do me fine. I want to hug people. I think that's the thing. You want to start hugging, licking faces. That's what they've got to put a stop to, isn't it? And I feel for bars because I thought they were trying so hard. Like, we went into a bar. Have you been into a bar where they take your temperature as you go in? Went in one in Edinburgh, and as you walked in, they stopped you, and they went, oh, we're going to take your temperature. And I just thought, oh, they put in so much effort. I'm going to have to get drunk now, aren't I? It's just polite, really, after all the trouble they've gone to. And then the young man came up, and it's table service. Oh, I do like the virus for table service. Isn't that great in pubs? And the young man come up and he said, oh, if you haven't been before, let me explain what happens. Now, we've got to avoid a queue for the toilet. So if you want the toilet, what you have to do is look on the bar and you'll see that there's two clear buckets. One is for the gents and one is for the ladies, and they're full of disinfectant. And in each of them is a spoon. Now, if there's no spoon, that means somebody has taken the spoon and gone to the toilet. If there is a spoon, it means that nobody's in the toilet, and you go up and you take the spoon and you take it to the toilet. So me and my husband just went, okay, well, can you explain all of that again, right? So he explained it again. So that is the system. If you want to go to the loo, you have to go up and pick up this spoon, take it to the loo with you. So my husband, Stuart, he just went, oh, so I've got to hold my knob and a spoon when I go to the gents, right? And I would just wanted to know, when did you have the meeting? Like, at what time of the day did you have the meeting? And what were the other ideas that this was the best idea for how to avoid the queue? Was, I know, we'll get them to pick up a spoon. And of course, then the thing happened where I had a bit to drink and woke up the next morning and I put on the same jeans that I'd been wearing the night before. And of course, spoon in the back pocket. And I kind of panicked and went, oh, I have to bring them back the spoon, as though it was like a really important, precious key. And Stuart just goes, it's a spoon. I bet they lose plenty of spoons every night. That was a bit they didn't think through. And I do miss, like, because obviously normally my work is travelling a lot. I miss travelling around Scotland and being able to do shows. We just, we're not able to do that at all now. And there's always funny places you go to. Well, it wasn't a funny place, but it was where Scottish people, you don't know you have it, but there's a certain dryness, the way you say things. And it's like you're insulting people, but you're not sure if you're being insulted. And it was Burnham and Dunkeld. So it was up in the countryside, and they've got a lovely art centre there, Burnham Arts Centre. And I was doing a little tour show. It was just me. So I get there, and outside the venue, there's a chalkboard, and it said on it, tonight, Annie Prestwick's award-winning leek and potato soup, plus Joe Caulfield. In small writing below the soup was my name. So there was an elderly Scottish gentleman, he was running the place, and he went, oh, you okay with everything? And I couldn't help myself. I said, well, to be honest, I'm a little bit annoyed. The advertising board outside, you haven't so much advertised my show, you've advertised more the soup that is on. And it was the way he just, that really dry Scottish way, he just went, oh, well, it's a very popular soup. And I said, yeah, but you've put award-winning soup, like you're really selling the soup. I'm actually an award-winning comedian. I mean, you could have put award-winning comedian. And then he just said, how many awards have you won? And I went, well, how many has a soup won? He went, 19. I was like, oh, yeah, that's a lot. I can't compete with that soup. He was right. He knew me well. The other thing I noticed, having a lot more to do with our neighbours, because we're all doing a lot more online shopping, and basically you want them to bring your parcel in, don't you? And I had a parcel and for my neighbour, and I took it round to her, and as I carried it into her house, and she was standing back, and I knocked over a photo that was on a shelf she had. It was a photo of her dog that died like 2 years ago. So obviously, I felt terrible. I apologised. I said, I'm really sorry. I will replace the frame. And she went, well, it's not about the frame, is it? It's about the photo. So I was like, yeah, but the photo's fine. If I get you a new frame, that will be good as new. Again, she's very angry at it. And she went, I can't believe you did that. I said, I'd done it on purpose. I thought, well, I've apologised. I'm going to get her a new frame. I don't know quite what more she wants me to do. And then she actually shouted at me and she went, well, you wouldn't understand because you're not a dog owner. So I couldn't stop myself. I said, well, nor are you. I'm not wrong, am I? I'm not wrong. Thank you. You're on my side. I feel that. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've got your drinks there. So we will get on with our next batch of winners this evening. What are we going to start with? Oh, I'm going to remind you that we're raising money for Renewable World. So please do have a look at the prizes online and consider making a donation. You see the link there. It's givergy.uk/Renewable World. So let's kick off with the Outstanding Project Award, which is sponsored by RWE Renewables. And we'll award an outstanding project that has contributed the most towards the development of Scottish renewable energy sector and showcases Scotland as a leader at the forefront of the development of renewable energy. I said that earlier, didn't I? I said you are. And the nominees for this category are Avian Ecology for Berryburn Extension. Got to practice this one. Flexitricity for BM Wider Access. SP Energy Networks for Green Economy Fund, and Swarco and Boyd Brothers Fuld House Limited for Dundee's Princess Street. Here tonight to announce the winner is Tom Glover, Chief Commercial Officer of RWE Renewables and RWE UK Country Chair. Tom, how you doing?
Hiya, thank you. Hopefully better than the soup. RWE is delighted and honoured to be the sponsor of this Outstanding Project category. And hopefully the finalists are going to join me on the screen here tonight. Yes, there they are. We have Alistair the Diva Disco. We did have a dog, but Barney seems to have disappeared. So I'm missing Barney the dog. But anyway, thank you for everybody for joining us. And I would like to congratulate you all for getting this far. You've all submitted fantastic projects, and I would love to give you all a prize, but as always, there can only be one winner. So now the moment you've all been waiting for. The winners of this award have shown a strong commitment to the development of a zero carbon economy through the provision of electric vehicle infrastructure. Their contribution to the electric vehicle sector is outstanding, particularly in the development of Dundee's award-winning and innovative integrated hub. We had a chat about it earlier, apparently mainly used by taxis. And it demonstrated the fueling station of the future. It's a superb example of what can be achieved in other cities across the UK. So without further ado, I'm delighted to announce that the winners of the Scottish Renewable Green Energy Outstanding Project Award 2020, and worthy winners indeed, are Swarco and Boyd Brothers for Dundee's Princess Street. Say a few words.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having it. It's very, very unexpected. There's a good few nominees there. I'm completely lost for words, and I think everybody that knows me will be baffled by that. So thanks to all the Green Energy Awards for putting this event online. It's a very, very good event. I think everybody will agree. I'd like to say a massive thank you to all Boyd Brothers, the whole team. Everybody deserves it. I'd like to thank Andrew Denche for the nomination. Massive thank you to our partners and Swarco. And well done to all the nominees tonight. And I hope everybody has a great night. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers. Congratulations, Swarco. Boyd Brothers, having a little beer. That's the tipple for you. And I've got to say, RWE Tom Glover, there's a hint of Mr. Bean about you that I'm just adoring, I've got to say.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Have you had that before? It's lovely.
But I appreciate it.
You rock it well. Yes, congratulations. Enjoy your night. Next up is the Outstanding Service Award, sponsored by Green Investment Group. Projects are nothing without talented, committed development partners, and this award seeks to celebrate outstanding service of any kind within the renewables chain. The nominees for this category are MacArthur Green, Macmillan Consultancy, Natural Power, RES Operations Team, and Shepherd and Wedderburn. Joining me is Seamus McCabe, Vice President of Green Investment Group. Seamus.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Green Investment Group, I'm really delighted here to join you all tonight on what is again proving to be a tremendous event, and special thanks to Scottish Renewables for continuing to deliver this event with the true style and the panache in this, albeit a new format. I see our candidates have joined us on screen, and despite this challenging environment, I want to kind of just emphasise that we're all working at the moment in the Green Investment Group to continue to deliver on our mission and accelerate the green transition in Scotland. GIG has been financing the energy transition since 2012, and we've invested more than 600 million across 20 projects and supported local businesses and community groups through this. In the UK, GIG and its parent company Macquarie have financed over half of the UK's offshore wind capacity currently in operation, and we are looking forward to continuing our involvement in this space in what will be a defining decade in the fight against climate change. While we're all looking forward to delivering upon new opportunities in 2021, including the upcoming offshore wind leasing rounds, it's only right now that we pause and look back on what achievements have been made in the sector over the last year. The Outstanding Service Award seeks to recognise companies that have stepped up and delivered, not just for the industry, but for the communities that all our projects are based in and that we entrust them to. While all the nominees in this category deserve their nomination, one company demonstrated through the COVID-19 pandemic that their key workers kept renewable energy projects in operation to generate the energy we needed in our homes and businesses. 2020 has been the year where we have all applauded key workers. The servicing and maintaining of renewable projects has required people to make personal sacrifices to ensure the renewable power continues to flow. As Minister Wheelhouse said earlier today in conversation with Claire Mack, the crisis would have been far worse if we had suffered power outages. Thus, on this basis, I am delighted to announce the winner of the Outstanding Service Award is the RES Operations team. And I'd like to welcome them to the stage now to take their accolade.
Okay, he's
sorry. Classic,
you're there. You're
classic.
back.
Everyone's
Lovely.
experienced it.
We didn't hear
The award
you.
reinforces the amazing work that all of the RES support services teams have continued throughout a very challenging year. I'm pleased to accept this on behalf of RES, but I think the entire renewables sector has really stepped up to the plate and shown resilience through 2020. Special thank you to the Control Centre, our wind and solar O&M teams. All of the team have adapted and overcome the challenges of 2020. We've booked over 20,000 people on site. We've had bubbles going on. We've dealt with the downflex market from various bedrooms throughout Scotland. So it has been a challenging year. I'm proud of everyone in the support services team within RES. We continue to deliver, an outstanding level of service to all of our clients and the industry as a whole. I'm very proud of this award, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, I think we might have missed a little bit of you at the beginning. I think it was because Seamus talked for so long. So congratulations. RES Operations Team. We now have the Young and Inspiring Award, which is sponsored by WSP. Back in May, Scottish Renewables hosted the virtual Young Professionals Green Energy Awards, which recognises and rewards young professionals making a positive impact on the renewables industry in Scotland. 8 winners were announced, and 4 of those winners have been shortlisted in this category. On the shortlist, we have Craig Corbett, ORE Catapult, Elsa Ramirez, Leask Marine, Gemma Murray, Local Energy Scotland, and James Ferguson, European Marine Energy Centre and ID Core. To make the presentation, we have Richard Jardine, Energy Sector Lead for Environment at WSP. Richard.
Thanks, Joe. WSP are again thrilled to be sponsoring this Young and Inspiring Award. And I think this year, more than most of the years in the past, we need this inspiration and enthusiasm from the youngsters in our business. And I think we're going to be joined by these nominees just now. So congratulations and to you all. And I am sure that you're going to build a strong foundation for our sector just now and into the future. This award is always really hard to judge because you've already proven how good you are by winning the Young Professionals Awards and your categories within that earlier in the year. So what we're trying to do now is judge the best of the best. And, that's a privilege because we get to see the type of amazing people that are starting their career and have chosen the renewables sector. And every year we're thrilled to see the diversity in the nominees that are coming through and how they've developed their career, how committed they are to promoting renewables. And it's not just about what you do in your day-to-day job, it's about working with local communities and supporting the STEM activities and encouraging the young children in the school just now so that they can seek a future in renewables. We've always struggled to get children into engineering, and you're doing your bit to get them interested in that. But there was a clear winner, and this year they've shown that what is possible to happen in the future, and that renewables isn't always about onshore wind. It's what we usually talk about, but sometimes it's not just about onshore wind. And there's also a level of innovation that can support our transition into a net zero economy. So this year, I'm really proud to announce that the winner of the 2020 Young and Inspiring Award is James Ferguson from the European Marine Energy Centre. Congratulations, James. Congratulations, James. It's great to see how hydrogen is going to be coming into the future of our energy systems. So perhaps you might want to say a few words.
Yeah, thanks very much, Richard. I think it's a case of in the right place at the right time with the hydrogen. I'd like to. It's a privilege and an honour to win this award. I'd like to thank EMIC for hosting my research project and nominating me, and IDCore for running its engineering doctorate programme. I'd also like to thank my friends and Stromness Baptist Church for all of the support I've had since moving to Orkney, and I would especially like to thank my family for being such an incredible and ongoing source of encouragement, especially in this year. I'd also like to say thanks to the Scottish Green Energy Awards for running the show. Thank you.
Thank you, James, and congratulations, and great speech. How confident, so much better than a lot of the people stumbling around this evening. And also,
Thanks,
Richard, you say you struggled to get children in engineering. Child labour is illegal. You're not allowed to make children work in engineering. Okay. I think that's your problem.
That's a good tip. Thanks for that. It's,
and what is the little thing? What's the little thing behind you?
It's an R2-D2.
Oh, right.
I'm a Star Wars geek. I'm sorry.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, now everybody, it's out there. Everybody knows now.
It was better than the ironing board that we had in rehearsal, so it's fine.
It's excellent. Yeah. You should be very ashamed. But well done, James. And now we have the Positive Improvement Award, which is sponsored by Natural Power. The renewable energy industry is all about building better, and this category focuses in particular on examples of best practice with a particular focus on health, safety and environmental performance, staff development and business efficiency. The nominees for the Positive Improvement Award are MacArthur Green for Carbon Negative Business Model, RES, Safety On Renewable UK for Industry Guidance during COVID-19, and Tom Bowden, Siemens Gamesa Renewable Energy. I'm joined by Natural Power's Managing Director, Stephen Trotter, who will reveal the winner.
Thank you, Joe. Delighted to welcome our nominees for the Positive Improvement Award. They should be joining us. Congratulations to all of you for your nomination. Now, I think events this year have required us all to adapt, improve and collaborate like never before. And the common theme between all of our nominees, and it's great, we've got individuals, we've got organisations, and then we've got groups of organisations, but the common theme is that they've all found new ways to either develop their people, keep their people safe, or protect the environment. And it's through this attitude of continuous improvement that we can all ensure that renewable energy will play a key role in the future economic recovery. And so, on behalf of Natural Power, I'm delighted to announce that the winner of the 2020 Positive Improvement Award is it's Safety On and Renewable UK. Well done to all of you, and congratulations, Safety On. Congratulations. I'd now like to invite Lindsay McQuaid, who's the chair of Safety On, to say a few words. Well done, Lindsay.
Thanks, Stephen. This is really an award for us all, I think. So everyone in the room can be giving themselves a pat on the back. Safety On is still pretty young as an organisation, but very quickly we got together as an industry to pull our collective thoughts and ideas about how we could keep our industry going, whether that was operation or construction, on site, in the office, throughout this COVID pandemic. So it's an award for everyone, and thank you to everyone who's a member of Safety On. Thank you to our UK as well. Thank you to Scottish Renewables for supporting this nomination, and also for making the guidance as helpful and as useful as it's been. So well done, everybody. Thank you. Good.
Congratulations. And how lovely are you sharing your award with everybody? Nobody else has done that, have they? Like, oh, that's mine, I'll take it away. But you've gone, no, for everybody. It's lovely. And Stephen Trotter, I like very much your wallpaper. Thank you. It's lovely. We now move on to the Sustainable Development Award. And this award is for renewable energy project or initiative which can demonstrate outstanding credentials in this area, delivering significantly above and beyond good practice to make long-term enhancement to the environment, society, and/or the economy. The nominees in this category are Allerdale Wilderness Reserve, EDF Renewables for Dornell Wind Farm, Renewable Parts Refurbishment and Innovation Centre, SP Energy Networks for Wishaw Plastics Road, and SSE Renewables for peatland restoration. And here to announce the winner of this category is David Dogood MP, Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Scotland. Minister Dogood, over to you.
Thank you very much, Jo. It gives me great pleasure to join you this evening for this very special occasion in rather different manner than would normally be expected for an awards ceremony, but unfortunately a manner we've become all too accustomed with. I'd like to thank Scottish Renewables for pressing ahead with the challenging arrangements for such an online awards event such as this, and may I congratulate you on what seems to have been a fantastic evening so far. I'm delighted to be able to announce the winner of the Sustainable Development Award. We've had some fantastic nominations in this category this year, and I welcome and congratulate all the finalists who you can see here beside me on the screen. Whilst virtually all the projects and people who are nominated in the Scottish Green Energy Awards process would or could have a claim to this award, there was one standout nomination this year. Nominees for this award are drawn from a broader pool than just energy provision, and to ensure that we spotlight not just what energy is, but what energy can do for communities, people, the businesses in those communities, and the environment. The winner of this year's Sustainable Development Award impressed the whole panel of judges with the breadth and depth of their values-driven approach to their business, and with sustainability at the very heart of it. This was embedded throughout their operations, not just the deployment of renewable energy, but through a proactive approach to biodiversity through peatland management, and by genuinely going to great efforts to spread the word and to inspire through each and every one of their business activities and operations. Anyone who is a consumer of or a supplier to this project would be left in no doubt that sustainable development is a key priority and one that makes good business sense, as well as bringing social and environmental rewards. So, without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the winner of the 2020 Scottish Green Energy Award Sustainable Development Award is Allerdale Wilderness Reserve. So congratulations again, and I'd invite you to say a few words.
Thank you. Now, this is most unexpected. I hope you can see me. My screen is frozen a little bit. Hang on, sorry. Is this okay? Can you hear me? Okay, super. Sorry. Well, I'll keep it short. Again, most unexpected and very delighted, of course. I'd like to thank the team, the events team behind the award ceremony tonight. They've done an amazing job. And also Claire Mack for that very inspirational opening speech this evening. To pull off what we've done over lockdown is you need a small team of quite strong-willed people to make that happen. And I'd like to thank a few of them, starting with Antonio Palladino, who's the designer and builder of the aquaponics system, and his company BioAquaform. Project manager Hugh Fullerton Smith and his company Grow for Good. Allerdale's amazing reserve manager Ines McNeil, who's been with us for 29 years. Donnie and Julie are gardeners who we hired in March this year at the start of the pandemic. Noga Confino for her guidance and objectivity. The trustees of Allerdale for their continued support. And lastly, Allerdale's custodian, Paul Lister, for his energy, his vision, and his perseverance, and his willingness to build such a fully privately funded system. We're a small team with big dreams up here at Allerdale, and on behalf of all of us, cheers, thank you, and stay safe.
Cheers, congratulations, and also congratulations on the symmetry, both of you. Perfect that you've thought about your backgrounds. I like those two. But I also like the fact that you did genuinely look surprised. Like there was reading out a description of what you do and you didn't recognize it. And going, oh, is that us? Yes. So well done, and very nice to thank all the people that are involved in your project as well. We now move on to the penultimate award of the evening, the Judges Award. And this is sponsored by Ocean Winds. The Scottish Green Energy Award judges will sometimes see a project, organisation or person that fits the criteria across a number of awards categories, or one which has genuinely shifted the dial for our industry. This can be something delivered that was truly groundbreaking on multiple fronts, that demonstrated excellence in vision or best practice, or simply left a deep impression on the judges because it so firmly upheld the values of our sector. I'll leave the rest to Adam Morrison. There are no finalists in this, just an outright winner. Adam is project director for Moray West Offshore Wind Farm at Ocean Winds.
Thanks, Joe. Ocean Winds is honoured to be sponsoring the Judges Award category this evening. This event is a highlight of the calendar, and so it's very strange to be sitting in our office less than 50 yards from the ICC and looking down a camera instead of spending the evening with people. But I think it's a credit to the SR team that this, along with various other events this year, have been made to happen successfully. So on to the award. As Joe mentioned, the Judges Award looks to recognise where a project or an organisation or a person fits criteria across award. And at the risk of giving the game away, the fact that you've heard this company's name 3 times already shows you the esteem that they're held with in our industry. Our award winner has supported over 100 renewable projects, providing specialist environmental services. And in the course of doing that, they've grown their business over the course of a decade to a team of 28 now, I believe. And they've also led from the front by making their own operational business model carbon negative. On a more personal note, I think particular kudos is due given that they're a husband and wife partnership who've been running a business together from home with small children in the background during a pandemic, and hats off to them for that. So if you haven't worked it out already, the winner of this year's Judges Award is MacArthur Green. Congratulations, David and Kirsty. Very well deserved.
Thanks so much, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Brilliant. What an introduction as well. Thank you so much. And many, many thanks to all the judges. I can only imagine what it was like judging on Zoom. So this is one of these rare moments when you have to pause and reflect on, well, yeah, where you are with things. And we're only a wee SME. So rather nice to be in this position, to be honest. Very, very, very chuffed indeed.
Totally chuffed. Thanks, Adam. Also, whilst I have everyone's attention here for the next minute or so, I'd just like to use this opportunity to set many of the companies and the organisations here tonight a wee challenge, a wee carbon challenge. There's a lot of chat at the moment about the green recovery and the green revolution, with some amazing projects being taken forward by many of the companies that are here tonight. I believe that a true revolution requires radical change in our behaviours, and for us to really strongly challenge the status quo on how businesses run and how businesses manage carbon. So with that in mind, my challenge for SMEs, if you haven't done so already, and I know quite a few companies are doing fantastic things, but if you haven't done so already, measure your carbon footprint and put in place a meaningful carbon reduction plan. It doesn't cost that much. It costs us 0.1% of our annual revenue to do this. Once you've done that, then offset your footprint and work towards taking meaningful steps to keep reducing it. I really do think the renewable sector could be leaders, complete global leaders in being a carbon negative sector, not just with the projects we're doing, but how we operate as businesses. I also have carbon challenges for big public sector, large utilities, large companies out there. So you guys have significant influence over your suppliers' behaviour to direct positive behavioural change. There are huge sums of money to be invested in renewables in the coming decades, which is fantastic news, especially at the moment. This is a key opportunity to put in place the mechanisms to green your supply chains by making carbon reduction an explicit part of your procurement policies and a really meaningful part of that. This is possible. You just have to look at what Microsoft are doing across the Atlantic. And if done sensibly, it will be a fair and cost-effective transition for all suppliers to make. I guess what I'm saying is ultimately, we don't want to be driving towards net zero in Humvees. We want to be reducing our carbon footprint and achieving the net zero goal. And I really do believe that our sector can be leaders in this area and pave the way for other ones to follow. So thanks very much for your time, and let's see how many of us can meet these carbon challenges over the next year and before COP26. So thanks again for the award, Adam. It's very much appreciated, and stay safe, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Congratulations. And that's us told. Good speech. Like it. Can I vote for you? It's excellent. No, really, take the opportunity, tell people what to do. You're so right. And I did like that I don't know if I presume you're married to each other. I don't know, not judging. But I like that your wife, you looked down at your paper and then she looked down as well to go, oh God, how much longer is he talking? But you did the exact perfect time. So enjoy your night and congratulations.
Thank you, Jo.
Well done.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are at the final award of the evening. The whole thing has worked. Brilliant. This is the Outstanding Contribution Award, which is sponsored by Highlands and Islands Enterprise. This is a special award which honours an individual who has made an exceptional contribution to the success of the renewables industry in Scotland. To announce the winner, please welcome Audrey McKeever, Director of Energy and Low Carbon at Highlands and Islands Enterprise. Audrey.
Good evening to you all. What a great night we're having. Thank you to Claire and her team at Scottish Renewables. I was going to say this has been probably one of my best Zoom parties I've been at, so thank you. The Outstanding Contribution Award is all about recognising the clear contribution made by an inspirational person to the success of our industry. What an honour it must be to receive this award, but believe me, it's also a real honour to present it. We at High are very proud to be the sponsors. Tonight's winner will be very much at home in the company of all the esteemed previous winners. Their actions have truly shone a spotlight on renewables, attracting political, financial, industrial, academic, and media attention from far and wide. Tonight's winner is bold in their beliefs, dedicated to their vision, and hugely passionate. They embody the entrepreneurial spirit, and their drive and determination knows no bounds. They hold court in industry leaders' debates, not just here in Scotland, but on a global stage. They vigorously and relentlessly garner support for the industry. They walk the talk, they push boundaries, and deliver the most ambitious projects. And they know that collaboration is key. An engineer to trade, who initially trained as a fully certified submersible engineer, ROV pilot, commercial diver, and fibre optic technician. I wonder if this explains where their passion for ocean power comes from. And now at the helm of a company which has grown from a small startup to one of the world's leading project developers in its field. His company became the world's first of its kind to be publicly listed, raising 20 million of new funding in the process. Soon after, a further funding package for their groundbreaking project in the north of Scotland raised in excess of £50 million. When we say this person knows how just to get things done, we absolutely mean it. He is buoyed by the success of his peers too, and strongly supports others to, in his own words, keep cooking in the goals, as he recognises the benefits of growing a domestic sector for developers and the supply chain alike. At High, we love an energy world first, and our beautiful region is blessed with many. It would be fair to say, though, that the one led by our winner tonight is possibly one of our favourites. The thrill of seeing commercial-scale tidal turbines leaving Nigg Energy Park, successfully deployed in the Pentland Firth and generating power, was very real for us all. And the icing on the cake was tonight's winner so generously naming one of those turbines after a man that we all still miss greatly, and who, if here tonight, would genuinely be more delighted for our winner than anyone. So, if you haven't already guessed, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to congratulate tonight's winner of the Outstanding Contribution Award, Tim Cornelius, CEO of CIMIC Atlantis. Congratulations, Tim. Over to you, Tim. Congratulations.
Audrey, what do I say? I guess first the sort of the salutations. So Minister Forbes, Mr. Hu, obviously Ms. Mack, Mr. Forrest. Thank you so much for the opportunity to obviously receive this award. But Audrey, to you and to all the team at High. I have to thank you for your support and your belief, your trust, and more importantly, your society. It's been a huge pleasure proving people wrong with you for more than 10 years now. To everyone involved in the voting process, obviously to my colleagues who are also my friends, to stakeholders, to investors, and to my family who have made untold sacrifices, thank you for making my dreams a reality. To Scotland PLC, she's been a friend and she's been an ally, an enabler, and she's really been my North Star for virtually all of my professional career. And I owe her a debt of gratitude, which I'm sure that I'll never fully be able to repay. Of course, awards protocol dictates that I need to recognise everyone that's contributed to the amazing journey that I've been privileged to be on for the past 20 years. But before I start to try and to acknowledge everybody that probably deserves a lot more praise than I'm receiving right now, please allow me to acknowledge the giants upon whose shoulders I currently stand. Probably the best place to start, and this will tie back to Audrey's introduction, will be some of the former recipients of this prestigious award. I mean, if we look at 2019, Minister Wheelhouse, Paul. Paul's been a warrior for the recognition for marine renewables and its rightful place in the UK energy mix now for many, many years. To Keith Anderson in 2018, who in partnership with Iberdrola has transformed Scottish Power from a domestic supplier to a global renewables powerhouse. But then we come to my dear friend and the 2016 winner, Callum Davidson, who, without whom I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you, and certainly Maygen wouldn't exist. Callum, I hope that you're looking down on us all tonight with a wry smile, in the full knowledge that I'm only here because of you. I miss you. We all miss you. You taught me to dry my eyes and just get on with it. You taught me that you get judged on what you do and not what you say. And that more importantly, there's always a way forward. You just need to find it. In fact, I'll use a little prop here, but just before Callum passed, his family and he gave me a bottle from his prized whiskey collection. I've been struggling for a night that I felt justified in order to have a wee dram out of this bottle. But tonight is the night. So, Callum, I'll be having a drink in your honour. To people who develop projects, to people who build things, and to those that help them do it, thank you all. Having a disruptive idea is dangerous. Doing something with that idea is inspirational. Delivering on that idea is not only brave, it places you in an entirely different category. You transition from a dreamer to a doer. And as we all know, we need a lot of doers in this world right now. I remember when renewables was just a movement. And so much like the transition, I guess, from Betamax to CDs to high definition TV in a generation, in less than 10 years, we've moved from the fringe to the mainstream. So to all the people that should have been in the ballroom this evening tonight, you've all contributed to this phenomenal paradigm shift. And for that, you all need to be applauded. And obviously, I'm very disappointed that we can't be there to celebrate together. I do, of course, as per the previous award that I accepted on behalf of Fraser and the team this evening, I feel somewhat of an imposter. It's the team of Atlantis who are the most wonderful, innovative, creative, can-do, supportive, caring, and dedicated group of people. They've done all the hard work. Those of you that know the role of the CEO is truly just now the role of the cheerleader. Other people do the hard work. So to everyone that's contributed on our journey, and you're all too numerous to name check, thank you individually to all of you. I know that you know who you are. And finally, I guess it's incumbent on me to say to Fingers Piano Bar in Edinburgh, I'm just so sorry that tonight we can't all visit your salubrious establishment to celebrate the award winners and all the category nominees in the gusto that it deserves. I promise that we'll be back next year with a vengeance. So in summary, incredibly humbled. Thank you so much for this award. And to borrow a line from a colleague, may your thoughts remain positive and your tests remain negative. Thank you.
Tim Cornelius, CIMEC Atlantis Energy. Thank you, Tim. And I didn't know you all ended up at Fingers Piano Bar. Great, now I know.
Next year.
Well-deserved award. Thank you. And that is the end of our awards. It has been successful, I feel. Everything went the way it was supposed to go. So a huge congratulations, if I may say, to Scottish Renewables for doing this and, and showing yet again in your industry things can be done differently. 13 very deserved winners. It actually says here, and you're all winners, but I feel, if you don't have a trophy, bit of a loser. So the events team at Scottish Renewables will contact winners in the next few days to arrange for your trophies to get to you. But in the meantime, keep posting your messages on social media, hashtag SGE20. And the charity platform will remain open for another week. So there is plenty of time for you to go on there and join the prize draw. So please do remember to do that. It's been an absolute pleasure hosting, and I'm so grateful for you all to committing and going, no, we can still do this. That is fantastic. Thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure. To formally close the evening, I give you Rob Forrest, Chair of Scottish Renewables. Thank you.
Joe, many, many thanks for hosting us again this evening, and what a fabulous evening it's been. And it's all been possible through the hard work of our events team at Scottish Renewables. So wherever you are, please put your hands together for a big round of applause for the team. No, I can't quite hear you. A bit louder, That's better, thank you. Thank you also to the EICC team who pulled together such a successful virtual event for us. And I'd also like to thank our speakers from earlier this evening. Of course, our own Claire Mack, Matthew Hugh from EDF Renewables, and to Kate Forbes, Cabinet Secretary, for such kind words about our industry. I'd like also to extend a special thanks to all of our sponsors, particularly our headline sponsors, EDF Renewables. Without all of your support and that of all of our sponsors, tonight just simply wouldn't have been possible. We have hugely appreciated the fact that you've all stuck with us through thick and thin as we've moved from a physical event to a hybrid event to a virtual event. Thank you very much. When we all met last year, little did we realise the changes that lay ahead for us. The climate emergency has had to take a back seat to a more pressing one. but it hasn't gone away, and all of you are critical to tackling that long-term challenge. The finalists for these awards showcase the best of our industry and give us an insight to what we can deliver as part of the green revolution. On behalf of the board and the team at Scottish Renewables, I would like to congratulate all of tonight's winners. But of course, also congratulations to all of our finalists. To get onto that shortlist is in itself a huge achievement. And to all of you joining us tonight, a huge thank you. It's you who's keeping the industry moving forward, your hard work and your sacrifices, whether it's late nights poring over contracts or trying to conduct those video conferences with the kids screaming in the background. Your persistence, your ingenuity, and your optimism are what will drive the changes that we need to tackle the climate emergency. There's much to do and lots to achieve, and I'm confident that we can and we will achieve and will deliver, and we'll be back here next year to celebrate more successes, more innovations, and more achievements. So, the night's not over just yet. Your virtual tables remain open for about an hour. For the award winners, your trophies will be winging their way to you in the next week, so keep an eye out for those. That's something to look forward to. The prize draw winners will also be contacted in the next few days, so fingers crossed you're amongst that list. So that just leaves me to say good night. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you again to all of our sponsors. We look forward to seeing you again next year, hopefully in person. Cheers.